Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a tutorial on this purpley magenta look that I am wearing using the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette, and it looks like this right here. Stunning palette with gorgeous shimmers, totally up my alley. And yeah, there was a lot of little changes in this look. I had planned to do something totally completely different when I started this today, but then I realized I did a look similar to that a couple weeks ago, so I completely jumped ship and changed the colors. And yeah, but I actually like how this turned out. I am loving these kind of purpley magentas mixed in with the terracotta henna shades in the crease, so I'm all good. I'm good. So I have some exciting stuff to show you guys, and I'm going to show you guys the video. I got a Impressions Vanity train case that I have right here, and oh my God, I was like a kid in a candy store. I love this so much, so much. So I'm going to show you guys a video of this whole thing. It's like a 2-minute video, but if you want to just skip through it and go to the tutorial, I will timestamp it below right here. But yeah, you guys don't want to miss looking at this train case because it is the bomb. All right, if you guys want to see how I got this look and see my new train case and my new little setup kind of behind the scenes, you guys can see like my whole makeup station kind of back here, then just keep watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell right next to it so you'll be notified of all of my future uploads. And would you just shut up? So without further ado, let's just get right on it. My little filming station here, because this is literally like the only place I have in the house to film. I wanted to show you guys my new Impressions Vanity train case. I got the color Mermaid Pink Shimmer, and it's kind of holographic, and it's just so beautiful. I love it. It came with a heavy duty plug. You get an extra plug-in on the side as well as a USB port. So let's take a look at it. And I got this so that I could put everything that I'm going to be using for filming kind of like right over in this area, and then I have everything kind of right there. It's kind of a mess right now because I'm getting ready to film, so I've got everything out that I'm going to be using. But yeah, so this is it. I don't know what's going on with my lighting. There we go. Yeah, crazy phone here, but yeah, this is it. So exciting. So yeah, I'm totally loving this little train case here. I've got so much lighting going on now with my ring light and everything else over here. I just love this packaging. And then it has the same little plastic wrap. I like these thick plastic things too. I can't stand those really thin flimsy ones because I always keep the plastic ones just to kind of protect the mirror from getting a lot of shadows on it. So I've already went ahead and primed my eyes. I used MAC's Paint Pot in Soft Ochre as always, and I set that primer with some translucent powder. And I'm going to take this shade right here, which is Henna. And I'm taking this, I'm using a Sigma EO6 winged liner brush for this step. I've already drawn this fake crease on this eye. So now I'm going to go ahead and do it on this eye. And the first thing I'm going to do is draw a little mark here. And I'm pretty much drawing it about 2 millimeters above the natural crease. And I'm also drawing it right on top of that skin fold because when you look straight ahead, you want to be able to see that. So I'm going to start from the inner corner, and I'm going to follow along that skin fold. Pick up a little bit more here. And I'm following along the natural shape of my natural crease. For my first transition shade, I'm going to take Sandalwood, which is a light camely brown. And I'm taking this on a BH Cosmetics number 8. It's from their Studio Pro set. And I'm just going to pat this on here. Just going to lay down the color. I'm going to go in and blend this out here in a minute, but I just want to lay down this color. I'm just placing this color where I want it. And I'm making sure not to take it all the way down to the end because I'm going to want to feather it out at the end. And I don't like really harsh color right out here at the end. I tend to get it into a really big gob if I take it all the way down to the end. Instead, I want it to kind of have a natural fade or a natural feather out. towards the end. So that is what I'm gonna do. I have that color laid down exactly kind of where I want it. I'm gonna put in my brow bone shade, and I'm using this palette from It Cosmetics. It's the Essentials, and I'm gonna take this shade right here, this white one. Lots of glare here. And I'm just gonna put in my brow bone shade up here. And I'm gonna take it down a little farther so that my transition shade has something to kind of blend into. And I'm also going to be using, I'm hoping you guys can see. Okay, now I'm going to take this shade right here, which is Wonder, and this is kind of a cream color shade. And I'm going to use this as a blending tool shade. So now I'm going to go ahead and just blend out that transition shade that I put in. And I want to stay right in my crease area, so I'm just going to do small circular motions, and I'm just going to blend this so that it just kind of blends seamlessly. And you guys can totally like not even do this. You know, you can just use a clean blending brush to blend out. I like to use a blending tool shade. There's so many good ones out there. There's a lot of them from Makeup Geek. Anastasia has some. All right, so I'm just touching back up my fake crease because some of it got blended away. And I like to have this there as an outline so I can just, I don't know, I just like to have a map so that I can see where to place my shadows. All right, I went back in and I had to touch up my little fake crease because it kind of got a little lost in the blending. So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to jump back into the shade again, and I'm just going to kind of repeat the process. I'm just going to pack on some color here. I've really been into this packing technique, as you guys know. And then I'm going to just take my blending brush and pick up a little bit of that blending tool shade and blend. So once I'm happy with the pigmentation and I got the color payoff that I want for my transition shade, I'm ready to jump into the next one, which is this beautiful shade right here, Henna. And I'm taking this on a Wayne Goss. I think it's number 19. Yep. And I'm going to pick up just a little bit. I want precision for this, so I'm using a pointed, tapered brush that's slim. And this one I'm also going to take this pretty much like right on top of that fake crease that I drew, but I'm going to take it a little bit above because I'm going to be blending right on top of that line. And again, I'm just going to lightly lay it down. I don't have too much color on the brush. More of this henna shade, I think. Just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit more. And I'm going to place this right on top of that fake crease line that I drew, and I'm just going to kind of go in a little half moon shape. This is kind of right where I want this color concentrated, is kind of right in the center. So that's kind of where I'm going to keep that right in there. And then going to place this right here. I want this to be at the base of these colors here, just right at the bottom, and I want it to just kind of go in the natural shape of my crease right in here. So that's where I'm putting this, right where I want that depth, right there. Clean up my lid space here, so I'm going to use this white shade here in this flat brush, and I'm just going to start to define my lid space here and kind of clean it up to get ready to finish off my cut crease. Just gonna clean this area up. I like to keep the lid space nice and clean as I go. Take it all the way down in there. Get that shape going. If I can keep this nice and clean, then when I go to do my eyeshadow base or concealer, whatever it is you guys like to use, then I feel like there's not as much cleanup to do. And I don't like to put concealer on top. All right, I'm going to put just a little bit of this NYX shadow base, and I'm just going to put this right on the lid. I'm not taking this up too high because I really don't want to get into my crease colors. So I'm just going to keep this right on the lid. Take that out. So I get that line exactly as I want it. I'm gonna get back over here. All right, I'm gonna stop for a quick second and I'm gonna do my lower lash line here. And I'm gonna basically just put in the colors that I used up on top. I don't know why, but I always forget. I like to have them blown out a little bit, so I'm using a little bit of a fluffier blending brush for this step here, but if you like it more precise, you would want to use a smaller brush. So I had a change of plans. I realized that I did a look really similar to this about 2 weeks ago when I did the Dose of Color Katie and Desi collab Friendcation palette. So I decided to throw in some purple this time around, and I went into this shade right here, which is Risque. It's kind of purpley shade, and I was using this fine liner brush here from Sigma, and I was placing the color, just kind of tapping it along, I call it the border, kind of right where the shimmer meets the crease. And all right, so I've been picking up a little bit of this purpley shade. I had to switch mirrors here so you guys can see, and I just patted a little bit of this on the outer corner here, and then I dragged a little bit of it in the inner corner here. And I have to say, this is kind of like almost like a magenta color, so it's very pretty. I'm just patting it on because I don't want it to go all over the place. Because I wasn't planning this to begin with, so I don't want to ruin the shades that I've got going in my crease. So I'm just gonna take this and go to the inner corner with this purple magenta here. Back. Now I'm going to put some more Fix Plus here on this, and I'm going to go into Pink Diamond right here. And I am hoping this will work because I am just literally like flying by the seat of my pants here. Like I have no plans of what I'm doing. I'm just hoping that this will work out. Put some of that on the inner corner as well. Ah! Okay. Okay, it's starting to jive over here. It's starting to work. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of this magenta color now. And I'm going to just kind of wiggle this. I'm going to take a little bit of that together. And I'm just going to wiggle it back and forth, because I want it to kind of blend and not. Mary Lou Manizer as my highlighter, looks like this, and using the Jaclyn Hill. What number is this? This is the 09, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my nose, touch up on my Cupid's bow, and hit that corner right there. And a little bit right there. And that's it. Now I'm going to set the face real quick. Whew, grab my fan. Whew. Whew. All right, there were so many roadblocks and road closures I hit today, and wow, none of it was planned. I did not plan on this purpley eye look, but I actually love how the colors, this purpley magenta looks with the crease shades of the terracottas and the browns. I really like that. So yeah, that completes the video for today. Wow, I am completely thrown for a loop, but I am happy with the blending and I'm happy with the way everything turned out. But yeah, did not plan this at all, but actually glad it happened because I like it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. That concludes the video. And if you're new, don't forget and hit the subscribe button. And mwah, love you guys. I will see you in my next one. Bye. Mwah.